Most batsmen don't struggle because of bad technique. They struggle because the same mental patterns keep showing up repeatedly and often without them realising it. If you've ever walked off thinking, I should have made more out there, this video will explain why. I want to take you through the 5 biggest challenges batsmen struggle with. Not flaws, not weaknesses, just patterns. And as we go through these, don't try to fix anything yet. Just notice which ones show up in your game. Because awareness always comes before improvement. Challenge 1. Getting starts but not converting them. This is one of the most common patterns in cricket. And most batsmen don't even realise they're doing it. You get through the early part of the innings. You feel settled. You're seeing the ball well. You're in control. And then you're out for 20 or 30 again. Most batsmen assume this is a concentration issue or a patience issue or just a poor shot. But usually something far more subtle has already changed. Early in the innings, your simple focus is watch the ball. Once you start feeling in, the brain switches modes. You stop playing to build an innings and start playing to protect it. You don't consciously decide to do this. It just happens. And that's why the danger moment for most batsmen isn't ball 1. It's the moment you start feeling comfortable. Challenge 2, overthinking after one mistake. This one catches almost everyone. You play a loose shot. You have a play and a miss. You mistime one that drops short of a fielder. Physically, nothing's changed, but mentally, everything has changed. Instead of being present for the next ball, your attention goes backwards. You replay that mistake. You question your decision. You tighten your focus in the wrong way. You even try to change your technique for the next ball. You know this doesn't work and just clutters up your thinking. The problem isn't the mistake. Great batsmen make them all the time. The problem is the meaning you attach to it. Most batsmen don't lose focus because they're distracted. They lose focus because they're trying to control what happens next. Great batsmen reset ball after ball. Most batsmen carry one moment into the next over and then the next over. Challenge 3, playing to avoid getting out. This is a quiet shift and one of the most damaging. Your feet slow down, your bat feels heavier, your shot selection gets safer. Not because the conditions changed, but because your intent changed. At some point, the goal stops being to score runs and becomes not making a mistake. And the tricky part is, it feels responsible. It feels mature. It feels like good cricket. But it's also when timing disappears and pressure builds. You don't lose form, you tighten up. And the more you try to avoid getting out, the more likely getting out becomes. Challenge 4, letting the situation dictate your mindset. This shows up when the game feels heavy. Early wickets fall. The team's under pressure. The scoreboard looks uncomfortable. Suddenly, you're not just batting, you're negotiating the situation in your head. Should I dig in? Should I rotate the strike? Should I take risks or bat time? And when that internal conversation gets loud, clarity disappears. The situation hasn't changed your ability, but it has hijacked your thinking. When the situation does get loud, your clarity goes missing and hesitation kicks in. Even slight hesitation is often enough to end an innings. Challenge 5, not trusting your own game under pressure. This one frustrates a lot of batsmen. You've scored runs before, you know your game, you've trained hard during the week, but under pressure, that trust just fades. You start batting differently. You second guess shots you normally play. You abandon what's worked in the past and it's confusing. Because confidence doesn't disappear overnight. The truth is, trust isn't something you suddenly find in the middle of an innings. It's something that has to be built before pressure even shows up. Now, pressure doesn't create doubt. It exposes where trust was never fully trained. So if we pull this together, the 5 challenges are getting starts without converting, overthinking after one mistake, playing to avoid getting out, letting the situation dictate your mindset, and not trusting your own game when it matters most. If even one of these shows up regularly, it will limit your scores. Not because you lack talent, but because the mind is doing exactly what it's been trained to do. And this is the important part. These challenges don't come from weakness. They come from untrained mental responses under pressure. Most batsmen work hard on their technique, but never train what happens between deliveries. That's why the same patterns keep repeating. Now, if you're someone who keeps getting starts but not converting them into big scores, watch this next video here, because the issue isn't patience or concentration, it's what changes once you feel in. So until the next time, bye for now.